Welcome one and all, I'm Decoy, back with some more Starfield, and today I want to talk about mechs. Mostly because last week Bethesda dropped the lovely little animated trailers called The Settled Systems, and a little bit more specifically, in the trailer Where Hope Is Built, they actually show some mechs. And I'm gonna be honest, before that trailer, I never would have imagined that mechs existed within Starfield. Now coming out the backside of that, holy crap, mechs are confirmed to be part of the universe in Starfield. Like that's pretty darn major. Now unfortunately, we do have to look at a comment Todd Howard said a while back, where basically he said there won't be any playable ground vehicles for you to explore planets with. Which, it kind of stings a little bit more knowing that, holy crap, mechs exist, and I'm not allowed to play with them. Oh, that seems dirty. Now, to be fair, I 100% believe that there are modders out there that are hardcore planning to bring mechs to the game if they're not playable, which most likely they won't be. So, I wouldn't give out, too much hope that they'll be playable, at least not immediately, but I would almost certainly guarantee that modders will add that at some point. I feel like that's going to be like a top priority for some of them out there. Moving on past that, why would they show mechs in the trailer if we can't use them? Because no one knew mechs existed within the universe before that trailer, so why would they show them if they're not there? Well, maybe they are there, they're just not playable. My first thought goes to, holy crap, what if enemies can have a mech? Oh crap, and we don't get one. So would that mean we have to fight a mech on foot? I am totally down for that. I will take that fight. Even if I get my butt handed to me repeatedly, I totally want to try that. On the other hand, who knows, maybe big old mech and you gotta blow it up with a ship. I don't know. I'm just making things up as I go. Trying to piece together how mechs fit in to the game itself. Of course, it could be something as simple as they exist, but they're not really used. Maybe they're just like little random decorative assets. Maybe there's like destroyed ones in heaps that you'll see here and there. Maybe you can loot from them, get some really cool stuff. At least you would hope you get some cool stuff out of a partially destroyed mech. Of course, then maybe there could also be, say, a factory or something that you go to explore that is in the process of building mechs. Which I really feel like something like that isn't too far-fetched of an idea for you to come across a facility that's building mechs while you're out exploring and running through missions. And that would really tie in the video to what's in-game, but not like a heavily used asset. But to be honest though, I wouldn't mind hopping in a mech, and I do feel like of all the vehicle types for Bethesda to get into and make usable, a mech is probably about the easiest starting point for them. Mostly because, a mech, when it comes to its movements and everything, it's not too dissimilar from, say, well, depending on the mech. Let's be fair here. But in Fallout, you have power armor, which, it's just an exosuit. But mechs are typically bipedal, so you're just kind of upscaling the character to be much larger and animate slightly differently. I think they could handle that way easier than they would get in and handle ground vehicles such as rovers or whatever, simply because you you got to deal with the handling of the vehicle, its acceleration, deceleration, how much traction it has. Say like you slam on the brakes, how long it takes for you to come to a stop. There's a whole lot to ground vehicles. As much as they seem simple, because we have ground vehicles all around us in the real world, making them function and handle and feel really good in a video game is no easy task. Like, I have a lot of respect for pretty much any video game that can add ground vehicles and make them feel good. Because seriously, there's a whole lot of skill involved. So yeah, I do think that mechs would be a somewhat easier thing for Bethesda to step in and be able to mess with. Probably long before a more traditional style vehicle. But yeah, so that really does leave us with, holy crap, mechs exist, which is freaking cool. Now, how do they actually factor into the game or the story? And again, like I said, I really feel like since they made it a point to show it in one of the animated trailers, it's gotta factor into the actual game to some extent. Because that'd be kind of ridiculous to show mechs and then them not exist in any way, shape, or form within the actual game. So, I guess only time will really tell what's going on with mechs. But if nothing else, we have it confirmed that they exist within the universe. And perhaps that's just gonna have to be enough. Which it won't be. And thank goodness we've got all those awesome modders out there who are gonna make it a reality. If it's not already something, which it most likely isn't. So there you go. But yeah, so I tell you what, hop down in the comments, let me know your thoughts on the whole mechs existing within the Starfield universe. Would you like to have a mech that you can go run around a planet with and just cause all sorts of murder and mayhem and, I don't know, whatever you want to do with your giant mech, alright? That's your business. Now, as for my best guess as to how mechs will factor in, I really feel like we're going to have maybe some missions or some locations where we'll see them. They probably won't actually be in use, but I really feel like what it's going to do is it's going to open the door to, say, maybe a later DLC for the game, where mechs can really truly be introduced, maybe even in a playable form down the road. And let's be honest, playable mechs would make a pretty good selling point for any DLC that adds them. So that's kind of where I'm at. But again, hop down in the comments, let me know what you're thinking. But that's going to wrap this one up. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please remember to like, sub, and share. Later.